Adam Kokesh calling in, speaking from California. Are you in L.A. tonight, Adam?
Yes, I am, Ian. Thanks so much for having me on today.
Yeah, well, welcome back to Free Talk Live. Of course, longtime listeners know that we have you on every now and then to kind of update
To see what a new crazy thing you're doing.
folks on what you're up to these days. You are fresh out of jail as of last year. You haven't, thankfully, you don't have to go back there anytime soon at all. Hopefully, you're on probation. But the probation isn't locking you down to one place, because a lot of times probation will do that, where you can't leave the state in which you have the probation. You're actually getting ready to go on a tour.
Yeah, I'm allowed to travel as long as it's for work. And I love what I do, and none of it's work, but certainly legally it all qualifies, because while I was in jail, I started writing the book Freedom that y'all know about. I'm very excited about as the ultimate way to get someone to consider the message, to grow the movement. And I'm not so much fresh out of jail, almost a year out now, but fresh out of court after the final entanglements have been cleared and all that's left is probation. So I will be checking in here in California as my home base, but we are going to be living out of a trailer for the next year, an RV trailer, in order to travel the country and get the message out there as much as possible. And I think this is a really important new, I shouldn't say new, but at least a new emphasis for me, for my activism of, not trying to build an audience, not trying to get in the news and make headlines, not trying to, do something flashy and get people's attention, but to see what actually works to get out and grow the movement and change the way people fundamentally think, and look them in the eye and hand them a book or a sticker or something, and and talk to them and listen to them and ask them to consider what freedom means to them, and to really consider embracing it as so many of us have as a moral code, if you will.
Now, there have been other tours in the past. Pete and Adamo from copblock.org have gone on what was called the Liberty On Tour.
Liberty On Tour, yeah. The big bus, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah, they did that a couple of times where they went on from, place to place. And they engaged in some activism, but the primary thrust of that was to kind of connect people within the liberty movement with one another in different cities. You're going to be doing outreach to anybody, right? I mean, what do you have planned? What are some of the stops? I know you mentioned Sturgis to me.
Yeah, absolutely. We're really excited about that. But we've got events planned where we are going to be bringing people together as well, and I think it's important to any kind of do an event.
Uh-oh. Sounds like you might be on the road already. You're kind of losing your cell phone signal. I'm presuming you're on a cell phone, Adam.
I'm sorry, say it again?
We were kind of losing your cell phone, or I'm presuming you're on a cell phone signal. It was cutting out there as you had just sort of begun describing.
I apologize. No, I apologize. Yes. So there's always opportunities to bring people together, and we tend to do that a lot when we have events. But more importantly, it really is about expanding the movement, growing out into other target audiences, and finding events like Bitcoin events, like where you're going to be in Florida, or like Sturgis at a bike rally, or extreme sports events, things like that, where there's already a very strong ethos of freedom. But there is not a whole lot of broader consideration of what it really means. And right now we're way behind as a movement. How many people really really understand what freedom means the way that you and I would describe it? It's a very small part of the population that even cares enough to think about it in those terms. And we have to ask people to think. We have to get out and do that. And so we're going to be doing campfire events, the American Campfire Freedom Tour. We're going to be doing tabling at a lot of other events. We're going to be doing retail outreach, where we're going to be putting copies of the book into stores for free, where people can go get them. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff like that, where we're not just bringing people together as we normally would on a tour like this, but we're asking people to join us in doing outreach. And right now we're raising money on Indiegogo to fund this, and it's the American Campfire Freedom Tour there. And the idea is to have as many books as possible that we can give to other people to hand out with us, and go out and walk around and talk to people and show us around town. And a lot of people are asking, how can we guarantee that our city is going to be on tour? And it's there's a couple ways right now through the Indiegogo campaign. For you can arrange for me to come and do an event, or for $100, I will come and personally deliver a signed copy of the book and a T-shirt to your door.
That's pretty awesome.
And we want Yeah, we want to do as many of those as possible. So if anybody wants to meet me, say hi, get a picture, can't come out to events, anything like that, or you're in a remote area, we want to come to you. That's how much I care about getting people to read this book and getting enthusiastic about it, is that I'm willing to go out, and if we sell 1,000 of these, this is what I'll be doing for most of the next year, but I'll go out and personally deliver as many copies of the book as it takes.
It's incredible.
To make this
I have to say,
happen.
I mean, the level of dedication there is pretty impressive, Adam. So when is this kicking off? When is the first, when are you heading out from L.A. for whatever the first stop is?
Well, right now I'm moving into the trailer. It's a very exciting process, getting it outfitted properly with the studio and everything like that. And then we are doing a little warm-up leg where we're doing Phoenix, and then Austin, and then Milwaukee and back, a big triangle. And it's partly to test out all the logistics. And during that time, we'll still be running the crowdfunder. It goes through the end of the month. So for people to jump on there on Indiegogo.com, the American Campfire Freedom Tour, really appreciate that. And then in November, we'll be planning it, November, December, and then we'll officially kick off in January.
Okay. Now, so American Campfire Freedom Tour, what's the easiest way to get there? Can they go through your website, thefreedomline.com?
The easiest way is, we have a banner on our website at thefreedomline.com. That's the best way to get there.
Very cool. I'm excited about it, Adam. I think, you're a great activist. You put your money where your mouth is, and $100 to have Adam Kokesh show up with a T-shirt and a book at your, wherever location you want him to show up seems like a really, seems like a really good deal. Seems like you're going to be losing money on that.
A year on the road is dedication too.
There are a couple small caveats to this. One is it has to be lower 48. I can't drive to Hawaii.
Okay, fair enough.
And I can't drive to Alaska because I am not allowed to leave the country as part of my probation. And I'm not allowed in D.C. So anywhere in the lower 48, yes. And you know what? We've got a really modest goal for this because we're going to be able to keep raising money throughout the tour. But just to kick it off and make sure that we have enough to make it through the year, we're trying to raise $30,000. We just started, and I'm floored that without any outreach really so far, we hit $3,000 right away. Very modest goal, but all the money right now is going into printing books and being able to have this to spread the message, having the tools. And so 300 deliveries. If I can get 300 people to sign up for $100, we are set. And we calculated I could do up to 1,000 of those if we had to, but we've got a lot of room to go, and we really appreciate the help. And if anybody wants to pitch in, Indiegogo.com, American Campfire Freedom Tour. And I really appreciate the endorsement from you guys, from you, as you said, Ian.
Well, hoping to see you swing up through New England at some point during the tour, and maybe we'll get to see you in real life again. Thanks, Adam, for calling in tonight. Appreciate it. TheFreedomLine.com, that's his website, and you said there's a banner there. Oh, there it is. Yep, help us take the message on the road right there, the Indiegogo. Thanks, Adam. Good luck, and keep in touch.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.